Hey viewers, welcome to today's class. Today we are going to solve some problems on indices based on our existing knowledge from previous videos. So let's begin. Our first question says 5 raised to the power of 2 multiplied by 3 raised to the power of 2. Now you observe that the bases are not the same. Hence we cannot use the law of indices that says x raised to the power of 1 multiplied by x raised to the power of 2 is equal to x raised to the power of 1 plus 2. Yeah, we cannot use this because the bases from our question 5 and 3 are not the same. But if you look closely also, you observe that their powers or their indices are the same. They both have the same powers, and in mathematics whenever we have two or more bases raised to the same power, and these bases are to either be multiplied by each other or divided by each other. Take note, it only works for multiplication and division. We can now say a raised to the power of 3 multiplied by b raised to the power of 3 is equal to a multiplied by b all raised to the power they both share, which in this case is 3. So now we have ab raised to the power of 3. Supposing we were to divide, let's say y raised to the power of 4 divided by x raised to the power of 4, our answer will simply be y divided by x all raised to the power of 4. This is a very simple concept. So now applying this to our question, we can say since their powers are the same, 5 raised to the power of 2 multiplied by 3 raised to the power of 2 is equal to 5 multiplied by 3 all raised to the power of 2. And as we know, 5 times 3 is 15, so that will give us 15 raised to the power of 2, which can also be called the square of 15, and the answer is 225. Question 2 says 9 raised to the power of z divided by 3 raised to the power of z. So basically the same rule applies. Our answer is simply going to be 9 divided by 3 all raised to the power which they both share, which is z in this case. So our answer will be 3 raised to the power of z. Easy peasy. So let's move on to number 3. Number 3 says the square root of 9 multiplied by the square root of 25. Obviously we can just say we find the square root of both and multiply by each other. The square root of 9 is 3 and the square root of 25 is 5. Then we'll say 3 times 5, which is equal to 15, and that's our answer. I know it's very simple, but I want to show you another way you can approach this question. Recall from the previous video where I said the square root of x is equal to x raised to the power of 1 over 2. I also said the cube root of x is equal to x raised to the power of 1 over 3. And lastly, I said the nth root of x is equal to x raised to the power of 1 over n. I hope you remember. So applying that to this question, we can say the square root of 9 multiplied by the square root of 25 is equal to 9 raised to the power of 1 over 2 multiplied by 25 raised to the power of 1 over 2. Look closely. What do you see? You see that their powers are the same. Therefore, we can say our answer is 9 multiplied by 25 all raised to the power of 1 over 2. I hope you saw what I did there. Based on the fact that their powers are the same, I multiply both bases together, 9 times 25 all raised to the power which they both share, which is 1 over 2. So that gave us 9 times 25 all raised to the power of 1 over 2. And 9 times 25 is equal to 225. So our answer is going to be 225 raised to the power of 1 over 2, which is equal to the square root of 225. And the final answer is 15. Question 4 says the square root of 81 divided by the square root of 9. We can easily say the square root of 81 is 9 and the square root of 9 is 3. So 9 divided by 3, which gives us 3. Our answer is 3, but I would like us to solve it the other way around. The square root of 81 is 81 raised to the power of 1 over 2. The square root of 9 is 9 raised to the power of 1 over 2. So now we can rearrange the question by saying 81 raised to the power of 1 over 2 divided by 9 raised to the power of 1 over 2, which will be equal to 81 divided by 9 all raised to the power of 1 over 2. So 81 divided by 9 is equal to 9. So now our final answer is going to be 9 raised to the power of 1 over 2 it is the same thing as the square root of 9, and our answer is 3. So our answer tallies with the first answer we got, so it definitely means we are on the right track. Question 5 says the cube root of 27 multiplied by the cube root of 8. So this particular question, there are 3 different ways we can approach this question. The first one being the easiest is we find the cube root of 27, find the cube root of 8 and multiply both by each other. We all know the cube root of 27 is 3 and the cube root of 8 is 2. Multiplying 3 by 2, we are going to get 6. So that's the first method, a very easy method. Second method is that we can say, let's start by rearranging the question. We change the cube root of 27 to 27 all raised to the power of 1 over 3, and we change the cube root of 8 to 8 all raised to the power of 1 over 3. They're the same thing though, but we just have to rearrange this question because of the route we are going through. Then we say 27 times 8, as we are multiplying both bases together. 27 times 8, which is equal to 216. Then we raise it up to the power they both share, which is 1 over 3. So now we have 216 all raised to the power of 1 over 3. And it's the same thing as saying what is the cube root of 216. 216 all raised to the power of 1 over 3 is equal to the cube root of 216, which is 6. The third and final method we can use to approach this question is saying 27 raised to the power of 1 over 3 multiplied by 8 raised to the power of 1 over 3. We all know that 27 is equal to 3 raised to the power of 3 and 8 is equal to 2 raised to the power of 3. True, right? So we can now say 3 raised to the power of 3 all raised to the power of 1 over 3 multiplied by 2 raised to the power of 3 all raised to the power of 1 over 3. Remember that one of the laws of indices states that x raised to the power of a all raised to the power of b is equal to x raised to the power of a multiplied by b, which is x raised to the power of ab. So therefore we can now say 3 raised to the power of 3 all raised to the power of 1 over 3 is the same thing as 3 raised to the power of 3 multiplied by 1 over 3. And we can as well say 2 raised to the power of 3 all raised to the power of 1 over 3 is the same thing as 2 raised to the power of 3 multiplied by 1 over 3. So simplifying that, we are going to get 3 raised to the power of 1 multiplied by 2 raised to the power of 1. 3 raised to the power of 1 is 3, 2 raised to the power of 1 is 2. Multiplying both together, 3 times 2, we are going to get our final answer, which is 6. Same answer but different means of approach. So it's left to you to choose which method suits you, which method is the best for you, and which method you are to use. Thanks for attending today's class. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you learned a thing or two from today's class. Do well to practice. If possible, do well to watch the video more than once. Pick up your textbook, pick up your phone, search for questions, try solving based on what you've learned. Put your hands on new questions. And if you have any problem or something you don't understand from this video, be sure to drop the comments in the comment section and I'm surely going to reply. Thanks again for watching today's video. If you enjoy content like this, please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell and do well to smash the like icon. Thanks for watching today's video for the third time. God bless.